Yeah. Fired up. This one's for the drivers.
Out in the shop, late night lights, grease on our hands, chasing lap times. Every turn, every line we find, trying to build that edge you feel when you drive. From the blacktop tracks to the dirt out back, we've been putting in work, yeah, we live like that. Not just fast for a lap, we make it last. So when it counts, you're gone on the gas. We don't guess, we know what it takes. Every set of build from the ground we break. If you want that feel when the car locks in, you're in the right place. Let's go in. Yeah, we built for the win. Hammer down, let it ride, do it all again. From the green flag flying to the checkered drop, we're the reason you're leading Tier 1 setup shop. Tier 1, take it straight to the front. League nights, open runs, we're the ones you want. Dialed in speed, yeah, we don't miss shots. If you wanna win races, Tier 1 setup shop. Got weekly sets ready, ready to roll. Quality trim sharp, race pace control. Builders in the lab, yeah, they stay on it. Every tweak, every change, we gain on it. Need a custom fit, yeah, we do that too. Built to match your style, what you like to do. And it ain't just speed, it's a team right here. We ride together every lap, every gear. Yeah, we test, we tone, we put in the miles. Turn bad weeks into victory smiles. From rookies to pros, we're all about growth. Now fire that motor, let's get to the front. Yeah, we built for the win. Hammer down, let it ride, do it all again. From the green flag flying to the checkered drop, we're the reason you're leading Tier 1 setup shop. Tier 1, yeah, you know the name. When the pressure's on, we bring the game. From the shop to the track, yeah, we don't stop. If you wanna win races, Tier 1 setup shop. Yeah, see you in victory lane. Tier 1. Till we build, till we build, till we build, Tier 1 setup shop.
Looking to take your racing to the next level? You need speed and you need style. At Tier 1 Setup Shop, we'll help you hit the track with total confidence. We provide race-winning setups for all three eNASCAR series, Cup, Xfinity, and trucks, plus a huge variety of asphalt oval cars. We've also brought that performance to the dirt. Winged and non-winged sprint cars, micro sprints, dirt midgets, all built by racers who know how to win. And now, get the perfect look. We offer professional wraps and graphics with Tier 1 wraps. Multiple feature artists make it easy to find a design to fit your exact needs and budget. Get what you need when you need it with individual setup purchases, or get full weekly access with a Tier 1 subscription. Tier 1 Setup Shop. You're more than a customer, you're part of the team.
This isn't just another sim race, this isn't just another online league, and this isn't just another trophy on a shelf. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Drivers choose the charity. Talent chooses the winner. The culture is strong, but the competition is stronger. Most events focus on just one cause, not here. Each driver selects a charity to race for, leaving dozens of causes in contention as drivers fight for a place in the top 5.
Think you've got what it takes to join the Charity Cup Series? Find a cause you believe in and buckle up. This is more than your everyday sim racing experience. This is the Charity Cup Series.
This is
Forgot I had my audio still on, so forgive me as I take this into consideration. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Tier 1 Studios. My name's Pat Wilkinson up in the booth. Joining me tonight are the voices inside my head. As you can clearly see, my late model stock is not doing too well out here tonight at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Forgive me, I seem to have not been fully prepared as I wanted to be. My apologies. There we go. With 3.5 minutes left in practice out here tonight with the Wild West Racing League, and as you can see, we have a new overlay. Yeah, slightly higher budget. Yes, slightly higher budget. We like the slightly higher budget. Thanks to the wonderful guys over in the SDK Gaming Discord for hooking me up with one of these great overlays. I can't remember who it is offhand. Michael Lovelace really enjoys just showing up at the tail end of everything to make sure that he is the last car on track every time. Because dude's always here last minute. Love you, Michael, but damn. Dakota Henderson leading the way. Trey Smith, Krishan Elliott, Tanner Ensign, Peyton Burkett, Scott Rush, Marcus Kaiser, Jeff Ramsdell, Blake Cuttrell, Brighton Coleman, and Michael Lovelace will be taking the green flag out here tonight at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. The smoke from my race car is still very much here in pit road. Blake Cuttrell also on the track in the number 48 Impala. It's going to be a great night of racing with the Wild West Racing League. Excuse me. My apologies. Going to be a great night of racing here at Loudon with the Wild West Racing League Late Model Series here on Tuesday night. This broadcast is brought to you in part by WYO Outlaw Custom Diecast, the Stand for Wit Foundation, Redline Radio, and Raiders Wasteland, the premier DayZ experience on Xbox, veteran-owned and operated. Raiders Wasteland offering something for every gamer looking to survive the zombie apocalypse, weekly events for PvE and PvP players in different maps for all to enjoy. Join the Discord today at Raider PvE, RAIDER PvE. Practice over here at Loudon. Heading into qualifying as the sun sets here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Blake Cuttrell, Scott Rush, Tanner Ensign, a whole bunch of guys out on the track early on. Let's go over to, not TV3. 04 Scott Rush will start on board with. We'll also remember to do that, so we don't have to worry about being late for the start of the race. Through turns 3 and 4 here at Loudon, New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Let's take a quick look at some of the tower telemetry. Maybe if it works. There we go. Scott Rush, let's take a look at some of his telemetry out here tonight. We jump on board with him. Through turns 1 and 2 and down the backstretch we go. Scott Rush really trying to turn up the wick here out here tonight at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Let's also get some track info on here. Let's flip over to this off of turns 3 and 4 now. That's the wrong one. That's the right one. Sorry, I'm playing with a new toy. It's very fun. Scott Rush down in third at the moment, 0.081 behind the leaders. Tanner Ensign and Trey Smith both ahead of him, 30.727 from Trey Smith. Scott Rush back across the start-finish line. Holding third at the moment, Marcus Kaiser, 0.139 behind the leader. Jeff Ramsdell almost a full second behind. Blake Cuttrell back into turns 1 and 2 we go. In that number 48 Lowe's Chevrolet Impala, currently leading the way now, 30.636, shaving a good bit of time, almost 1/10 of a second off of Trey Smith in the number 51, currently holding second. Dakota Henderson, Brighton Coleman on the track as well. Krishan Elliott, Peyton Burkett, and Michael Lovelace ready to go racing this time by 48 of Cuttrell, holding first, 30.636, time to beat. Let's go over to Brighton Coleman in the number 4. Coleman pulling to a stop. Not sure what the deal is there. Let's jump over to Michael Lovelace in the number 68 Meals on Wheels and Water Wheel Foundation. Number 68 down into turns 3 and 4, just leaving pit road now. New Hampshire Motor Speedway, a 1-mile oval out here tonight, 486 feet above sea level, 45-mile-an-hour speed limit on pit road. Very minimal banking out here tonight at the Magic Mile. Gonna really prove who's who and just how good people are out here in the Wild West Racing League. Going to be a very difficult track for a lot of drivers out here tonight. Michael Lovelace off of turns 3 and 4, past the start-finish line. Lovelace up to 4th at the moment. There we go, that's better. I found some new toys and I liked them, so I got them. Peyton Burkett also on track now, down in the 17 machine. Michael Lovelace off of turns 3 and 4 we go again. Trying to wind that baby up, 120, 130 across the start-finish line. Lovelace knocking Trey Smith down to 4th. Michael Lovelace in the 68 up to 3rd. Peyton Burkett on the track now. Through turns 1 and 2 in the number 17 Toyota Camry. Amazingly, it looks like we actually have everybody in the correct numbers tonight, so that's a start. We're getting there. It's a slow process, and I get that, but we're getting there. 17 off of turns 3 and 4, past the restart zone we go. Peyton Burkett up to 6th at the moment, mid-pack at the moment. Not a bad start. Back into turns 1 and 2. 17 ripping the bottom, trying to keep that momentum up. All the way up to the wall, down the backstretch here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Into turns 3 and 4 we go. Nan. Heading over to the race as the sun sets out here tonight at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. 70 laps in the twilight. Just waiting on everybody to join up into the race so we can get going out here tonight. Let's take a look at your active grid. Blake Cuttrell, Dakota Henderson, Michael Lovelace, Trey Smith, Tanner Ensign, Peyton Burkett, Scott Rush, Marcus Kaiser, Jeff Ramsdell, Krishan Elliott. Running at your top 10, Brighton Coleman down in 11th in the number 4 machine out here tonight. Not a bad start from Coleman, just not the one he was hoping for. Waiting on Krishan Elliott and Dakota Henderson to join into the session so we can get ready to go racing out here tonight at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, Loudon. Henderson on the track now. We are going to be gridding. There we go. I enjoy playing around in the practice sessions. Leave me alone. Turn that off. There we go. We are rolling here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Blake Cuttrell with a EOL penalty due to the Wheel of Death that they do a little for fun wheel spin before the races get going. Somebody on the G Lightning Motorsports or the WIO Outlaw or Ensign Motorsports, excuse me, teams have to take a EOL penalty. And if I believe the rules are right, if someone wins 2 or 3 weeks in a row, you automatically get an EOL as well. Try to keep things fair so not everybody runs away with it. Michael Lovelace kicking up some dust on the bottom of the racetrack. 44 Ensign behind him. Roll back down into turns 3 and 4. Pace car's lights are off, ready to go racing. Dakota Henderson, Michael Lovelace, side by side as we roll through turns 3 and 4 here at the Magic Mile. Pace car down pit road this time. 70 laps in the twilight here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Green flag is in the air. We are racing here tonight at New Hampshire. Charging down the front stretch into turn 1 we go. 68.5, 44, 51, 17.04. Down into turns 1 and 2 we go. I'm not sure if I'm missing a paint job for Trey Smith or if he just doesn't have one at the moment, but that's fine, because I just noticed that now and I didn't realize it earlier. It's fine. Dakota Henderson on the high side through turns 3 and 4. 44 trying to split the middle, very loose, big slide from the 44. Managed to get it straightened out, 3 wide with the 51 and the 17 splitting the middle. Down into turns 1 and 2 we go again. 5 of Dakota Henderson, 68 of Michael Lovelace, 51 of Trey Smith, Peyton Burkett, Tanner Ensign, Scott Rush, Jeff Ramsdell, Marcus Kaiser, Krishan Elliott, Blake Cuttrell, and Brighton Coleman. Cuttrell already up to 10th at the moment. Very flat racetrack out here tonight. It's going to be a lot of lateral load on these Goodyear tires. I believe they're Goodyears. Anyway, down the front stretch into turns 1 and 2 we go again. 51 of Trey Smith all over the bumper of the 68 of Lovelace. Charge down through turns 1 and 2 here at the Magic Mile. Trying to get everybody straightened back out. These cars are very tight to begin with. Not used to having high top speeds. These guys are really trying to wrestle these cars around this racetrack, make the magic happen out here tonight at Loudon. Start of lap 4 this time by Michael Lovelace, leading the way in the 68. Trey Smith in the 51 in second. 5 and the 44 battling it out for third. Let's jump down to Tanner Ensign now. Pushing the 5 of Dakota Henderson right ahead of him, excuse me. Peyton Burkett right behind, about a car and a half, 2 cars, maybe 3 behind. Scott Rush, Blake Cuttrell, Jeff Ramsdell. Tanner Ensign with some radio issue. Internet problems seem to be fixed out here tonight. Storms are away, so we are all set out here tonight. Hopefully we don't have any stream issues out here tonight. Jumping a little bit further down in the field, Jeff Ramsdell in the number 60, up 1 position into 8th at the moment. 60. Blake Cuttrell in the 48 is already back up to 7th. Marcus Kaiser in the 60 of Jeff Ramsdell through turns 3 and 4, fighting it out. 91 in the 4 of Krishan Elliott, and Brighton Coleman right behind them. 6 of 70. 91 of Elliott up the inside of the 60 of Jeff Ramsdell as we go through turns 1 and 2. On the backstretch we go. Short field out here tonight. Not going to be the most interesting racing, but definitely some good racing nonetheless. Blake Cutwell already a big mover after his EOL penalty. Already back up to 7th. Just breezing through this field. Scott Rush, Peyton Burkett just ahead. Both of them are battling it out for 5th. Tanner Ensign just up the road. Dakota Henderson, Trey Smith, and Michael Lovelace leading the way still. Seven laps of 70 completed this time by out here tonight at Loudon, New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Dakota Henderson getting past Tanner Ensign. We charge down the front stretch. 44 Ensign up the inside of the 5. All over the fenders of that race car on the high side. Very close. May have been a little contact between the two of them, but we charge down the backstretch once again into turns 3 and 4. 51 of Smith, less than a quarter second behind Lovelace. I'm so happy that we have this new timing screen. This is the best one. The great thing is I can have it top or bottom, so it's awesome. Five getting run all over the racetrack by the 44, Tanner Ensign, 51, and the 68. Starting to pull away from them. Trey Smith in the 51, almost half a second clear of Dakota Henderson and Tanner Ensign. We go back into turns 1 and 2, excuse me. Keep getting lost on ovals. I'm not quite sure how I keep doing that, but I do. Michael Lovelace, half second up on Trey Smith. We charge down the backstretch. Michael Lovelace in 68 Wheels on Wheels Water Wheel Foundation. Late model, just going through turns 3 and 4 now. Let's jump back a little bit further into the grid. Let's go down to Marcus Kaiser in the 42. Brighton Coleman right behind him. Krishan Elliott. 7.3 seconds and falling. Not sure what happened to him. He is way off the back of the pace. He's over 2 seconds behind Brighton Coleman. Currently in the number 4 machine as we charge down the backstretch. 3 cars all working together. 91 of Elliott just to the tail of your screen there. Not sure what happened to him. There we go. That works. For a little bit anyway. .42 going up high through turns 1 and 2, trying to conserve a little bit of tire on the banking. 42 and onto the backstretch we go. 68 of Lovelace, just the edge of your screen there. Let's jump up to him. 68 of Michael Lovelace, just about 3/4 of a second up on Trey Smith. Dakota Henderson about half second behind him. Tanner Ensign. Or Dakota Henderson, half a second behind Trey Smith, excuse me. Tanner Ensign reeling him in down the backstretch once again. .14 of 70 this time by. Apologies if it's not the most entertaining broadcast. We will be back, however, tomorrow night with the Wild West Racing League Gen 4 Cup Series at Sonoma Raceway. I believe this is our first Gen 4 road race on the calendar, so that'll be very interesting. On Friday, the Dutch's Dirty Dozen, I believe. Yes, there it is. The Dutch's Dirty Dozen will be at Promise I'm looking here. Michigan on Friday. My apologies for that. Then the Core Pro 4 Off-Road Racing Championship will be at Long Beach for its first ever road race as well, so that'll be very fun. Yet hopefully I can get a little bit of extra permission to broadcast my race, the in-truck point of view of that race, so you can all have the idea of what that looks like, so that'll be really fun. 68 of Mike Lovelace, a full second ahead, or Michael Lovelace, excuse me, a full second ahead of Trey Smith. Dakota Henderson, 1.4 seconds behind the leader. Tanner Ensign, 1.7 behind. Peyton Burkett, 3 1/4 behind. Scott Rush, 4 1/2. Blake Cottrell and Jeff Ramsdell, both 9 seconds behind. Brighton Coleman, 9 1/3. Marcus Kaiser, 10 1/2, and Krishan Elliott, 11 1/2. Michael Lovelace in this number 68 machine, just on rails out here tonight so far. Start of lap 18 of 70. Trey Smith under pressure from Dakota Henderson. Let's go on board with Trey. 5 of Henderson all the way onto his fenders. 44 Ensign up into the wall. Down the front stretch we go. .68 of Lovelace just going into turns 3 and 4 now. 51, 5 in the 44. All battling it out for second place out here tonight at Loudon, New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Here with the Wild West Racing League, brought to you in part by WYO Outlaw Custom Diecast, the Stand for Wit Foundation, Redline Radio, and Raiders Wasteland, the premier DayZ experience on Xbox, veteran-owned and operated. Raiders Wasteland offering something for every gamer looking to survive the zombie apocalypse. Weekly events for PvE and PvP players and different maps for all to enjoy. Join the Discord today at Raider PvE, RAIDER PvE. This broadcast is also brought to you in part by Rock Bottom Racing, Tier 1 Wraps, Tier 1 Setup Shops, and Tier 1 Studios. 51 of Trey Smith all the way up into the wall. 5 and the 44 breezing on past. Dakota Henderson up to second. Tanner Ensign in third. Trey Smith back down to fourth, where he started. Peyton Burkett in their mirrors, starting to slowly catch up. 04 Scott Rush, Jeff Ramsdell in the 60. Brighton Coleman, Blake Cottrell, Marcus Kaiser, and Krishan Elliott down in 11th. Whoa, 51's around. Caution is out. 44 of Ensign might have gotten into him. 51 all the way down to the apron, clips up against the 44, doesn't come back across the racetrack. The caution still flies. Free pit stop for everybody. Little bit of contact between the 51 and the 44 of Ensign. We roll down the backstretch here with the Wild West Racing League. Absolutely everybody down pit road this time. Michael Lovelace gets the jump off of pit road. Blake Cottrell up to second. What a beautiful stop from him. Tanner Ensign, Dakota Henderson, Scott Rush, Peyton Burkett, Trey Smith, Brighton Coleman, Marcus Kaiser, Jeff Ramsdell, and Krishan Elliott. Ramsdell and Elliott both slow off of pit road. All 11 cars still on the lead lap. Pace cars' lights are off, ready to go racing once again out here tonight with the Wild West Racing League here and their late model stock series at Loudon, New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Back through turns 3 and 4 we go. Everybody ready to go racing once again out here tonight at Loudon. Pace car. Staying out one more time. Not quite sure why. Down the backstretch we go once again. Pace car. Down pit road this time. Michael Lovelace, Blake Cuttrell, Blake Cuttrell, Tanner Ensign, Dakota Henderson, Scott Rush, Trey Smith, Peyton Burkett, Marcus Kaiser, Brighton Coleman, Krishan Elliott, and Jeff Ramsdell. Green flag back in the air. We are racing. Everybody's stacked up back together, approaching halfway into this race. 26 of 70 this time around. 68-44. Whoa! 42 of Marcus Kaiser around on the backstretch. Caution is out. Through turns 1 and 2 we go, on board with the 42. Not sure if he spun him up. Yep, got loose on his own, just couldn't save it on these Hoosier tires. Forgot what brand does the late models, it's fine. 68 of Lovelace still leading the way. Blake Cuttrell up in second after a beautiful pit stop. Tanner Ensign, Dakota Henderson, Scott Rush, Trey Smith, Peyton Burkett, Krishan Elliott, Brighton Coleman, Jeff Ramsdell, and Marcus Kaiser. Pace car's lights are off, ready to go racing once again out here tonight. Down the backstretch we go. Michael Lovelace, Blake Cudrell, Tanner Ensign, Dakota Henderson, Trey Smith, Scott Rush, Peyton Burkett, Krishan Elliott, Brighton Coleman, Jeff Ramsdell, and Marcus Kaiser at the tail end of the field. Roll back through turns 3 and 4 we go. Pace car. Down pit road. Green flag back in the air. We are racing once again with the Wild West Racing League. 30 of 70 this time by 44. Ensign taking the initiative, trying to push 3 wide down into turn 1. Backs out of it. 51 of Trey Smith right there behind him. Dakota Henderson on the high side. Michael Lovelace leading the way on the bottom. 48 of Blake Cottrell with a monstrous machine out there on the outside. Blocked by the 68. Blocked again down into turns 3 and 4 we go. 48, 68. 68, 48, 5, 44. Caution back out. Krishan Elliott and Scott Rush together. .04 Scott Rush got loose and hit the 91. Bit of assistance, I believe that was from the 60. Yes, it was. Not much they could really do about it. Third caution of the night here at Loudon with the Wild West Racing League. Pace car's lights are off, ready to go racing once again. Jeff Ramsdell at the tail of the field. Wait, what? On my time screen, it's showing Jeff Ramsdell as down in 11th, but Scott Rush is currently down in 11th. Not quite sure what's going on there. Green flag is out. We are racing once again. Oh, wait a minute. They might be that far behind. I didn't realize. Oops. I'm a bit dumb today. Down into turns 1 and 2 we go. 68, 48, 5, 44. Bit of a lag spike there. Not sure quite what happened. He charged down the backstretch into turn 3, 48, really putting on the pressure on the 68 of Michael Loveless. Down through turns 3 and 4, 48 of Blake Cuttrell. All over him. Whoa! 44 in the, I believe that is the 4. 44 in the 5 of Dakota Henderson and Tanner Ensign up into the wall. .44 got loose off of turn 4. 5 with nowhere to go, just ran straight through him. 4th caution of the night. Within the span of about 5 laps of each other. It happens. Couple more cars back down pit road. Michael Loveless still leading the way. Blake Cuttrell, Trey Smith, Peyton Burkett, Brighton Coleman, Marcus Kaiser, and Krishan Elliott. Scott Rush, Dakota Henderson, Tanner Ensign, and Jeff Ramsdell all down pit road. Henderson and Ensign going for a faster pair. Quick on and off pit road for the both of them. Scott Rush back out. Ramsdell down pit road. Pace car's lights are off once again, ready to go racing. Down the backstretch we go. Through turns 3 and 4 behind the pace car, everybody getting settled back in. Ready to go racing once again for the 5th time out here tonight for the Wild West Racing League. Pace car down pit road. 4th caution of the night coming to a close. Green flag back in the air. We are racing here with the Wild West Racing League. 38 of 70 this time by. This broadcast brought to you in part by WIO Outlaw Custom Diecast, the Stand for Wit Foundation, Redline Radio, and Raiders Wasteland, the premier DayZ experience on Xbox, veteran owned and operated. Raiders Wasteland offering something for every gamer looking to survive the zombie apocalypse. Weekly events for PvE and PvP players, and different maps for all to enjoy. Join the Discord today at Raider PvE, RAIDER PvE. Broadcast is also brought to you in part by Tier 1 Wraps, Tier 1 Setup Shop, Tier 1 Studios here on YouTube, and by me personally here at Rock Bottom Racing. 68 of Michael Loveless leading the way once again. Blake Cuttrell getting tore up by the 51 of Trey Smith, who sneaks back up to 7. Whoa! 17 and the 44 around on the backstretch. Caution back in the air. 5th caution of the night. Is this just going to be how the end of the race goes? Is it just going to be a Demolition Derby? 17 clipped the ball, 44 nowhere to go. Just plows straight through him. Pace car's lights are... Oh, boy. Ugh. Pace car's lights are off. Apologies. Out here tonight, the Wild West Racing League for the 6th time tonight. Michael Loveless, Trey Smith on the outside, 48 of Blake Cottrell, Brighton Coleman, Jeff Ramsdell, Scott Rush, Krishan Elliott, Dakota Henderson, Tanner Ensign, Marcus Kaiser, and Peyton Burkett, all still on this race. That is amazing to me. All 11 cars that started are still going out here tonight. Through turns 3 and 4 we go. Everybody getting settled back in, ready to go. Green flag once again out here tonight at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Pace car down pit road. Green flag back in the air. We are racing once again. Down in turns 1 and 2. 28 laps to go out here tonight at Loudon, New Hampshire. Down the backstretch we go. 91 of Elliott, not having a great night out here tonight. He's already back down to the tail end of the field. 51 of Trey Smith all the way up to the high side off of turns 3 and 4. Down the front stretch we go, excuse me. '68 of Loveless leading the way. Trey Smith right there on his heels. Blake Cottrell, another fast car all night tonight. 60 of Jeff Ramsdell. Bit wide off of turn 2, clipping the wall and down to the bottom of the racetrack. Through turns 3 and 4 we go. 26 laps to go here tonight at Loudon. Jump on board with Marcus Kaiser side by side with the 1744 and the 04 behind him. Krishan Elliott at the tail of the field. This is the battle for not last at this point. 26 laps to go. 1742, 44, 04, and the 91 through turns 1 and 2. Whoa, bit of a late block from the 04, 91 all the way down to the bottom of the racetrack. 44, real close to that fender of Peyton Burkett in the 17, just ahead of him. 60 Wendy's machine of Jeff Ramsdell up the road. Action for a moment there. 44 very loose off of turn 2. (1748) Blake Cuttrell starting to fall back once again. 24 laps to go. Michael Loveless still leading the way. Trey Smith half a second behind, down to 2/3 of a second behind. 44 Ensign trying to get some clean air over the nose of that race car. Might have broken a radiator out here tonight. Very unfortunate circumstance. Down the backstretch we go again. Michael Loveless and Trey Smith, the only two within contention for the win out here tonight. At the moment, Dakota Henderson 2.5 back off the leader with Brighton Coleman and Peyton Burkett. Burkett 3.3 behind. Blake Cottrell right there with Burkett fighting it out for 5th. Ramsdell down in 7th, 3.7 behind. Tanner Ensign right there with him, 3.6 behind. Scott Rush 4.1, Kaiser 4.7, and Krishan Elliott 5 seconds behind the pace at the moment out here tonight. Coming to the final stages of this race. Let's jump into the field a little bit more. Let's go down to Tanner Ensign once again. And still trying to get some clean air over that nose. Really trying to do his best. Through turns 1 and 2 we go. 44 Ensign trying to get back up into the battle for third at the moment. Brighton Coleman leading the way of this pack at the moment. Big front right damage for the number 4 of Brighton Coleman. Dakota Henderson all the way up to the high side. Ensign with some radio issues. Peyton Burkett right there with the Henderson as we charge down the front stretch past the start-finish line. Less than 20 laps to go. Backstretch into turns 3 and 4, 17 and the 4, running nice and high. Ensign on the bottom. Let's go down a little bit more. Let's go down to Scott Rush in the 0-4, under pressure from Blake Cottrell right behind him. Cottrell trying to get past on the bottom of the racetrack. 0-4 of Scott Rush holding him off at the moment. Coming down to the wire. "17 laps to go." Krishan Elliott at the tail end of the field, trying to run down Marcus Kaiser just ahead of him. 17 laps to go out here tonight with the Wild West Racing League. Brought to you in part by WIO Outlaw Custom Diecast, the Stanford Witt Foundation, Redline Radio, and Raiders Wasteland, the premier DayZ experience on Xbox, veteran-owned and operated. Raiders Wasteland offering something for every gamer looking to survive the zombie apocalypse. Weekly events for PvE and PvP players, and different maps for all to enjoy. Join the Discord today at Raider PvE, RAIDER PvE. Broadcast also brought to you in part by Rock Bottom Racing, Tier 1 Wraps, Tier 1 Setup Shops, and Tier 1 Studios here on YouTube. Caution back in the air. Jeff Ramsdell with an issue. .04 of Scott Rush punted the 60 all the way over the racetrack. 60 forgot what the brake pedal was, decided to just roll and crack the back bumper of that car against the wall. Michael Loveless still leading the way, less than 15 laps to go. Pace car's lights are off, ready to go racing once again out here tonight. Peyton Burkett, Tanner Ensign, Dakota Henderson, Jeff Ramsdell, Michael Lovelace, Dakota Henderson, Brighton Coleman, Trey Smith, Blake Cuttrell, Scott Rush, Marcus Kaiser, and Krishan Elliott. Every car still racing out here tonight. Everybody still on the lead lap. That is amazing, in my opinion. This is one of those Leroy Jenkins moments like, oh my god, he just ran in. Pace car is off. Through the restart zone we go. Green flag back in the air. We are racing here at Loudon. 12 laps to go. Down the backstretch we go. 5 of Henderson really fighting off the 68 of Michael Lovelace as we go down into turns 3 and 4. 3 wide with the 48 on the bottom for just a moment there as we entered turn 3. Off of 4, down the front stretch we go. 60 trying to get himself up into the mix of Jeff Ramsdell. 5 of Henderson, 68 of Lovelace up the inside now. 44 Tanner Ensign leading the way off of turn 2. 17 big sliding clobbers the 68. Caution is out. I was about to say, there's no caution for that? What? 68 of Lovelace with huge damage after a bit of a tail slap from the 17 of Peyton Burkett off of turn 2. 17 lost it off of 2, just couldn't get it recovered. Clobbered the 68 of Michael Lovelace. Very unfortunate way to go out here tonight. Still plenty of time left. Apologies again, folks, if it's not the most entertaining broadcast, but hey, that's kind of par for course. Happens. It's all right. Pace car's lights are off, ready to go racing once again. 7th caution of the night, coming to a close. Through turns 3 and 4 we go. Everybody getting set up, ready to go racing once again. Pace cars off. Through the restart zone we go. Tanner Ensign on the point. Green flag back in the air. We are racing. 60 of Jeff Ramsdell away with a better start. 7 laps to go. 44.65 for 17 with a terrible start. 51 of Trey Smith up to the bottom of the racetrack in 5th at the moment. 68 of Loveless at the back of the pack, during the 0-4 of Scott Rush, trying to get by. 60 in the 44, still battling it out at the lead at the moment. Off of turn 4, 44 up into the wall a little bit, trying to keep things going out here tonight. 60 of Jeff Ramsdell all over the doors of this 44 machine, trying to keep things, trying to win this race. 5 laps to go. Anything at this point will be overtime if need be. 44 in the 60, still fighting it out. Let's actually jump onto Gyrocam. On board with the 60 now. Behind the 44 of Tanner Ensign as we charge down into turns 1 and 2. Whoa, big slide from the 44, or the 60, excuse me. Caution is out. Trey Smith and Tanner Ensign. We are going to overtime. Zero. 4 Brighton Coleman involved. Oh, there we go. 4 Brighton Coleman doored the 60. 17 just completely dove down on the 51. 51 nowhere to go. Scott Rush just completely pile drives into him. Nothing either of them really could do at that point. Huge damage for the 51 of Trey Smith. Not sure if he will be able to have that car repaired, but it looks like it's still pretty happy. Tanner Ensign leading the way once again. We are going to overtime here with the Wild West Racing League Late Model Series here at Loudon, New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Broadcast is brought to you in part by Rock Bottom Racing, Tier 1 Wraps, Tier 1 Setup Shops, and Tier 1 Studios here on YouTube. Also in part by WIO Outlaw Custom Diecast, the Stand for Wit Foundation, Redline Radio, and Raiders Wasteland, the premier DayZ experience on Xbox, veteran-owned and operated. Raiders Wasteland offering something for every gamer looking to survive the zombie apocalypse. Weekly events for PvP and PvE players, and different maps for all to enjoy. Join the Discord today at Raider PvE. Pace car's lights are off for the 8th time tonight. Everybody getting ready to go racing, hopefully for the final time out here tonight. Down the backstretch we go. Jeff Ramsdell, Tanner Ensign, Brighton Coleman, Dakota Henderson, Peyton Burkett, Michael Loveless on a great recovery so far. He's back up to 5th. Marcus Kaiser, Blake Cuttrell, Scott Rush, Krishan Elliott, Trey Smith may be out of this race. Very unfortunate for him out here tonight. Yes, he is down 1 lap at minimum. Green flag back in the air. 2 laps to go. Green, white, checkered finish here at Loudon, New Hampshire. 44 in the 60, down into turns 1 and 2 we go. Side by side, everybody trying to get some real estate. 3 wide off of turn 2 for just a moment. 17, 4, and the 5. Off of turn 2, down the backstretch we go. 44 Enzyme with a nose up on the 60. 60 sends it in just that little bit harder, forcing the 44 to the high side. 5 of Henderson gets shoved to the high side off of turn 3. White flag is out, coming back no matter what out here tonight at Loudon, New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Down into turns 1 and 2 we go. 68 of Lovelace with a beautiful run down into turn 1. 60 and the 68 on the bottom. 44 and the 4 on the top. 17 looking to push the 4 and the 44. 60 all the way down to the bottom of the racetrack, trying to clear out some clean air. 44 down into turn 3. 4 trying to go on the outside, doesn't quite have the speed to make it happen. 68 off of turn 4. 44 gets doored by the 60. It's a drag race to the finish. 44 of Enzyme wins out here tonight at Loudon, New Hampshire. What a finish. Jeff Ramsdell and Brighton Coleman right behind him. Michael Lovelace with an immense recovery back up to 4th. Peyton Burkett, Dakota Henderson, Blake Cuttrell, Marcus Kaiser, Krishan Elliott, and Scott Rush. Let's get Tanner Enzyme in here. Tanner Enzyme, this is Pat Wilkinson up at the booth. You got me.
I got you, Pat. How you doing tonight, buddy?
Congratulations on a fantastic win with a drag race down to the finish line. Talk us through it.
My night was up and down. I was having connection issues for the first 55 laps. It kept making everybody blink in and out. I'm not entirely sure what happened with me and Trey on the first caution. I know we made contact, and that was all that I know of. He spun out after that, and then me and Trey and Dakota were 3 wide at one point, and I ended up into Dakota and sliding down the wall, and then Peyton bounced off the wall right in front of me, and I got into him, and who'd have thought that that had been the blessing that I needed to get this thing up to the front. I knew if we got to the front, we were fast, and Peyton gave me the outside on that one restart, and that was the difference right there. I knew if I could get to the top, I could run away with it. But great run there by Jeffrey. I mean, man, we were beating doors for that whole green, white, checkered run, and it worked out well. Neither one of us wrecked each other, so that's awesome. And then Brighton bringing it home P3, and Enzyme Motorsports streak here continues. I think that's 5 of 7. So we got late model stocks on lock, I think.
Congratulations once again out here tonight at Loudon, New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Congratulations once again on the fantastic win out here tonight. Is there anything else you'd like to add as you burn it down?
If I could get it to light the tires, we'd be burning it down. But I want to say thanks to Wild Outlaw Custom Diecast, Tier 1 Studios, Stanford Witt Foundation, Raiders Wasteland, Perfect Logo Promotions, you up in the booth, Redline Radio, everybody that shows up each and every night to come have some fun with us, and we'll just continue with our winning ways, I hope.
Congratulations once again. Thanks for joining us up in the booth, and hope to see more of you next time.
Yep.
Oop, wrong one.
Did you?
Wrong one. Let's get Jeff Ramsdell in here next. Jeff Ramsdell, this is Pat Wilkinson up at the booth. You got me.
I got you, Pat. Loud and clear.
Jeff, congratulations on a photo finish. Second place out here tonight at Loudon, New Hampshire Motor Speedway here at the Magic Mile. Talk us through it.
Well, you know, I ran Sunday night there in this new league here, and I saw these guys are late models at New Hampshire, and it's basically the next state over where I live. And I was like, let's try it out. And I didn't realize you guys were setups. And I was running a fixed setup, and I kind of selected the wrong gear, so I didn't have that top end done. That's edges of the straightaway, so I was tapping out. But it was a good run. I'll take it for second place. I thought I was going to be in the back of the pack.
Well, regardless, you had a hell of a night out there tonight running that car. I believe you are the second most improved car on track, up 7 positions. Fantastic second place out here tonight. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we sign off?
I got to thank my wife for everything she does. I believe she was watching you guys tonight, and you guys have put on the broadcast. all the guys are putting on this new league. I'm excited to run in it and excited to talk to you some more down the road.
Well, we hope to hear more from you soon. Thanks for joining us once again out here tonight, and hope to take you up on that offer sometime soon.
Thank you. Take care.
You as well. Thank you. Let's get Brighton Coleman in here. We will call it a night. Brighton Coleman,
Nice
this is
ride.
Pat Wilkinson
Thanks.
up the booth. You
I
got
stole
me.
it.
There.
Congratulations on a fantastic P3 out here tonight. You're at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, Loudon. Is there? Talk us through it.
Tanner built a fantastic setup. I still gotta talk about debrief with him on this because, I mean, man, this thing was a rocket ship. And what a finish there. Honestly, wow. Shout out Tanner, Scott, all the guys being my biggest cheerleaders tonight. We got third, but it was a hard-fought third. I gotta give an apology real quick to Dakota, too. I'll send him one personally later, but we found each other a couple times out there tonight. But wow, what a race.
Couldn't have put it better myself. Thanks for joining us up in the booth. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we sign off?
Thank you, Pat, as always.
Appreciate that. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.
Have a good night.
Well, folks, you've yet again spent another perfectly good hour and a quarter with all of us here at Tier 1 Studios. We thank you all for joining us tonight. We hope you've enjoyed. This broadcast has been brought to you in part by WIO Outlaw Custom Diecast, the Stanford Witt Foundation, Redline Radio, and Raiders Wasteland, the premier DayZ experience on Xbox. This broadcast is also brought to you in part by Rock Bottom Racing, Tier 1 Wraps, Tier 1 Setup Shops, and Tier 1 Studios here on YouTube. My name is Pat Wilkinson up in the booth. This has been Tier 1 Studios in the Wild West Racing League Late Model Series here at Loudon, New Hampshire. And until next time, goodbye, farewell, and amen.
Yeah. Fired up. This one's for the drivers. Out in the shop, late night lights, grease on our hands, chasing lap times, every turn, every line we find. Trying to build that edge you feel when you drive. From the blacktop tracks to the dirt out back, we've been putting in work, yeah, we live like that. Not just fast for a lap, we make it last. So when it counts, you're gone on the gas. We don't guess, we know what it takes. Every setup built from the ground, we break. If you want that feel when the car locks in, you're in the right place. Let's go win. Yeah, we built for 'em. Yeah, we built for the win. Hammer down, let it ride, do it all again. From the green flag flying to the checkered drop, with a reason you're leading Tier 1. Setup shop Tier 1. Take it straight to the front. League nights, open runs, we're the ones you want. Dialed in speed, yeah, we don't miss shots. If you wanna win races, Tier 1 setup shop. Got weekly sets ready, ready to roll. Quality trim sharp, race pace control. Builders in the lab, yeah, they stay on it. Every tweak, every change, we gain on it. Need a custom fit, yeah, we do that too. Built to match your style, what you like to do. And it ain't just speed, it's a team right here. We ride together every lap, every gear, yeah, we test, we tune, we put in the miles. Turn bad weeks into victory smiles. From rookies to pros, we're all about growth. Now fire that motor, let's get to the front. Yeah, we built for the win, yeah, we built for the win. Hammer down, let it ride, do it all again. From the green flag flying to the checkered drop, with a reason you're leading Tier 1. Setup shop Tier 1. Yeah, you know the name. When the pressure's on, we bring the game. From the shop to the track, yeah, we don't stop. If you wanna win races, Tier 1 setup shop. your lane. Tier 1 setup shop. Tier 1. Tier 1.